Today, we are diving into a really powerful and honestly, kind of surprising idea from Dr. Joe Dispenza about what it truly means to be great. And just a heads up, it is probably not what you think.
So let's just start with the big question. When you hear the word greatness, what actually pops into your head? Is it about being famous, being super successful, or maybe pulling off some kind of flawless performance? We're all kind of sold this one specific picture of what greatness is supposed to look like.
And that's exactly the problem Dr. Dispenza is talking about. He's basically saying that our whole understanding of it is just off, that we've been fundamentally misled about the very nature of what makes a person great.
So to really get where he's coming from, we've got to look at the building blocks of character. You know, all those virtues we admire. It turns out they aren't just personality traits you're born with.
Okay, so here's the deal, and this is crucial. Qualities like courage or patience or resilience, they aren't handed to you. They are not a gift. They are the result of a process, almost like a personal forging that you have to actively take part in. You literally have to earn them.
And what's so interesting is how he frames this as an initiation. So you decide, hey, I want to be courageous? Well, buckle up, because the universe is going to start sending you situations that demand courage. You want to be more patient? Get ready for some serious tests. It's only by showing up and actually moving through those challenges that the quality becomes a real part of who you are.
In this whole idea, earning virtues through challenge, it leads us straight to the core concept here, a complete redefinition of greatness itself. See, it's not a destination, it's an action.
And there it is. Greatness isn't about being fearless or being confident all the time. Nope, it's actually the opposite. It's feeling the doubt, feeling the fear, feeling the pain, and making a conscious choice to show up and do the work anyway. That decision, right there in that tough moment, that is the act of greatness.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. Dr. Dispenza points to the people in his community who have overcome these incredible health challenges as living, breathing proof. He actually calls them his heroes. He asks them these really direct questions to get to the bottom of their journey. And the first one, man, it cuts right to the heart of the human struggle. Were there days you had doubt?
And the answer? Oh yeah, of course there were. A huge, undeniable yes. The doubt was very, very real.
And here's why that doubt was so massive. We're not talking about small anxieties here. I mean, can you imagine being told you have a tumor that's 9.5 inches in size? The doubt would be absolutely overwhelming. It would be a constant companion.
So then comes the follow-up question. And this is everything. Faced with that monumental doubt, what did you do? Did you let it stop you? Or did you show up for the work anyway?
And there's that answer again. Yes, they did it anyway. That one simple word contains the entire struggle and the entire victory. It's the definition of greatness in action, right there.
So you're probably thinking, okay, these must be seasoned pros, right? People with years of practice in this stuff. But that's not the case at all.
Nope, a lot of them had never meditated a single day in their lives. They were starting from square one, with zero experience, facing the biggest challenge you can imagine.
And this, for me, is the most incredible part. They didn't just follow instructions. They took total ownership. They figured it out for themselves. They became the architects of their own healing. That initiative, that sheer determination, that's what makes them heroes.
So what happens when enough people start performing these individual acts of greatness? Well, it does more than just create personal transformation. It actually starts to shift our collective understanding of what's even possible.
You know, Dr. Dispenza says he's at a point where he's moved past just talking about things. The goal now is to be with the people who are out there doing the uncommon, creating a new reality that science can then study. They are literally making history. For the longest time, these kinds of healings were just brushed aside, right? Dismissed as anecdotal, as pseudoscience. But when you have hundreds and then thousands of documented cases, well, you just can't ignore it anymore. The evidence becomes too powerful. And this really shows the huge shift in approach. The old way was all about waiting for science to give you permission, to tell you something's possible. The new way, it's about going out, doing the impossible, and then inviting science to come figure out how you did it. It's all about becoming the evidence.
All right, so let's just boil this all down. Real greatness isn't some perfect ideal you see on a screen. It's a quality that's earned in the fire of your own challenges. The true act of greatness is that quiet, personal decision to show up when every cell in your body wants to quit. And when enough of us make that choice, well, that's how we change what's possible for everyone.
Which, of course, brings this whole thing right back to you.
It doesn't have to be a 9-inch tumor. We all have our doubts, our fears, our own mountains to climb. So the real question is, despite all of that, what will you choose to show up for?